For those who have not presented on Zoom, it's actually quite a challenge because I found that this year when I started the contest journey, having to present on Zoom is very, very different because you don't get that audience response. And most speakers, when they get audience response, they actually, the energy level actually picks up. And whereas on Zoom, even though you know there's going to be a live audience watching you, it's very different because you're speaking directly to your laptop or to your camera fixed on your laptop, and eye contact have to be more focused at the camera. And your gestures are limited because of this of the area that the camera will pick up is limited. You can't like use the entire stage, obviously, regardless of how big the venue that you've sat your laptop in. I guess the biggest difference really is to then how to, whilst keeping in mind that you're speaking to a live audience, but how to keep it engaging without a lot of body movements. And you got to rely on your voice a little bit more. I guess the dialogues, when you actually write that within your speech content, you have to be more conscious where you know, if you're introducing characters in your speech, you're looking left and right, as opposed to when you have a big stage, you're speaking to a live audience, you can just use your hand gestures. Oh, you know, I'm speaking to this person here and this person there. And you use a timeline where you go from left part of the stage to the right part. You can't do that on Zoom. So on Zoom, you have to use your head movement as well as how your voice to introduce different characters into the stories within your speech. And it's all a case about how to then use a lot of vocal variety apart from introducing the characters within your speech to get that punchline. Because once you know that you've delivered a punchline, but you don't hear the response. So you have to tell yourself that the punchline worked, regardless of whether people are actually laughing or not when they're viewing your speech online. So you have to be very calculating as to when you deliver those punchlines. And you have to also use that pause because people are still, whilst they're not being influenced by the other members of the audience, there's no vocal response, but you still have to allow time for them to digest your punchlines. And I guess there are various modes where I've seen some speakers use the Zoom setting very well. They can still use a little bit of a stage as long as the camera actually captures what they're doing. So by all means, I think contestants can certainly do that as well. So you're moving here to here, you can actually denote some kind of movement within the scene that you're trying to get the audience to visualize in your speech. Whilst it's limited, make full use of that whilst using the voice to introduce the different characters in your speech and the dialogues and to capture the audience attention.